welcome back to Last Request Barbecue. We're making meals to die for. This one is a quick cook, and you know what? The best source for me to find recipes is I go through a lot of cookbooks. I get them from the library. It's a wonderful resource, really. If I had to do it all over again, I probably would have bought half as many books for my kids. I would have gone from the library. Some of them they read for their whole lives, some they read once and never read again. I feel that way about cookbooks. Often I'm getting a cookbook, I look through, sometimes there's one recipe, sometimes there's a couple. You know, Melissa Clark, there's like 30, so I'll buy that book. So there's certain books I'll buy. Samin Nusrat, you know, bought that book, amazing cookbook. I don't know if I'm gonna buy this book yet, but I did find, this is from Conveniently Delicious from Devin Connell. And it's a great way to use up a nice little pork loin. So I got a Cumbrace pork loin here, very fresh, just for the two of us, and we're gonna mix that with pineapple. But first, we're going to put it into and marinate it in this wonderful sauce for a while. We're going to cut it up. Let's get started. All right, we got a nice cut of a nice pork loin here from Cumbrace. We have a knife that is outrageously big, but it's just what I happen to have here. So let's cut this open quickly. And then we're going to take the pork loin out, and we're actually going to cut it up into nice portions. And then we're going to put that into our wonderful sauce and marinade. And you could do this marinade according to this recipe. You could do this marinade for as little as an hour or as long as 24 hours. I suppose you could put it in longer, but after 24 hours, things do start to break down. So I'm just cutting here into kind of medallions with my way too big knife, but it is actually working pretty well. This is actually the knife I cut ribs with once they're cooked, because I do like a nice long knife. There we go. Perfect. All right, so now what we want to do is put that all into our pan here. And then into our sauce, we put 2/3 a cup of soy sauce. We put in a tablespoon or two of sesame oil. Now that's very strong, so be careful of this, just to kind of squirt. That's about as much as you want. You don't want to overdo the sesame oil. And then mirin, we put in 1/4 cup of mirin. If you don't have mirin, just substitute vinegar. But mirin is really what it calls for. There we go, there's some mirin. And then we put in 3 tablespoons of sugar. This is organic sugar that I've added in. And 4 whole garlic cloves. There's a bit of extra garlic cloves in there. There we go. And then we'll just mix it all up together. Yeah, of course you could have whisked that in advance and put these in after, but I kind of like, you know, let's get in there. I got this glove on anyway, so let's do it all up. Already smells so amazing. Let's put those pork medallions down just like that. Now the good news about cooking outside in the winter is, you know, you could put this in the fridge, but in this case, we can just leave it outside or away from the heat in here, because it's getting pretty cool in here, and that will do just nicely. All right, so we'll let that sit for as little as 1 hour, a minimum 1 hour, and you know, maximum a day. Probably don't need to do it more than a day. So let's let that sit, and we'll be back, and we'll be getting up the heat and adding the pineapple and green onions and a bunch of other stuff for a nice quick meal. So we'll see you in a bit. All right, so we got a bit of snow now for our second part of our cook, but the Crown Verity is smoking hot. Whew, so that's gonna create some nice temperature for me. Okay, so we're going to finish this pork off, this great pork recipe. And first of all, we're going to put our ensemble pan in. Now I see some things on the bottom there, and I wonder if I can clean off. Oops! Slippery. The snow makes it slippery. Very slippery. All right, that's not a problem. A little bit of snow in the pan. All right, so I was just finishing up a cook here. The honey chicken recipe. If you haven't seen that one, by all means, check that one out. But I don't think I want that in the bottom of my pan. That's better. Now let's throw our pan in. Our ensemble pan. Get that warm, and to that I'm going to add some avocado oil. We like the avocado oil because of its low smoke point. Super simple at this point. We're going to cook up our pork. There it is. Check that out. Look at that. It's been marinating now for a couple of hours. All right, that pan's looking nice and hot. Let's put each, there we go. Each in individually. I want to sear these up. Push that back. Back that corner. maximum heat. All right, that's been on for a little bit. Take a look at this. It's searing up nicely. A little hard to see because of the steam coming off and the cold air. But let's just do a quick check, see where our pork is coming in at. 113, a little light, a little light. That one's 157, so that's a little better. Some of these are more done. I'll start removing the ones that are done over here.
Pick me, I want to be picked. I'm ready to go. I'm up to temperature.
That's good.
Yay!
That's good.
Yay!
That's good.
Yay!
Love these handles, right? Just put it in, take it out. It's perfect for the barbecue. Come on. It's awesome. All right, come on, you straggler.
No!
Does not want to be done for some reason.
I don't want to die yet!
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'll put it right there.
Don't leave me alone.
You're going to be such a straggler? That'll take care of it. All right, let's put the rest of this avocado oil in here. Not much left. And go the... Love these flavors. The onions and the pineapple together. Really looking forward to this cook. There we go. There we go. Straggler's back up to heat. There we go.
Hey guys.
Hey!
Hey, you okay?
Yeah, I'm good. I was just being a little dramatic. Sorry.
All right, this is coming along nicely. Wow, what amazing flavors you can just really get a hold of. All right, we put the rest of our pork in, comme ça. Let that come to temp. Now you can put this on some rice, put this on some noodles, whatever you like. All right, and we are done. I warmed it up a bit on the barbecue. There you go. So you got a pineapple, soy, delicious. Enjoy.